Thomas Reynolds wasn't superstitious. He used to laugh when his colleagues told stories of haunted roads. Real people scare me more than ghosts, he would say. But that night, he became the one who never came back. Upper Peninsula, Michigan. Snow fell lightly like powdered glass. No voices, no movement. Thomas Reynolds, familiar with every curve, every signpost. He'd driven this route for nearly a decade. Never late, never a breakdown. His cabin was pristine, organized to a fault, almost sterile. A thermal coffee mug rested by his left hand. An old paper map folded so crisply it looked unused. On the radio, a nostalgic jazz tune, maybe Chet Baker, drifted through the air. Outside, darkness. A forest blurred behind a faint veil of snow, cut only by the hazy gold beam of the headlights. The truck glided smoothly. Load evenly distributed. Cabin warm. At 1:08 a.m., Thomas radioed dispatch roads clear. Weather's good. He'll stop at the western station in about 50 minutes. Those were his last words. No goodbyes, no warnings. Just Thomas disappearing into the thickening snow. The cabin kept rolling. Soft yellow dome light. Fogged windows. Thomas focused straight ahead, both hands on the wheel. Nothing out of the ordinary. Until the jazz stopped. No static, no signal drop. Just silence, like someone had pressed stop with intention. Then thump, a heavy sound close right next to his ear. Thomas turned quickly and saw it. A handprint pressed hard against the passenger side window. Clear ridges, full palm, no smudge. As if the blood had been drained from it. From inside the cabin, 5 fingers, no slide, no blur. It couldn't be Thomas, he was still driving. And it couldn't be anyone else, the doors were locked tight. The strangest part. The print was cold with condensation, like someone had just pulled their hand away. Thomas squinted and turned the headlights to high beam. Road still clear. Snow misted on the windshield. Nothing ahead. But in the rearview mirror, a faint bluish light, pale thin as breath, hovered behind the truck. No tires, no shape, just light, but it pulsed. Every time Thomas glanced back, it shimmered slightly, dodging his gaze like it understood being watched. It made no sound, cast no shadow, only presence. And Thomas knew this wasn't random. It was following him. 1:37 a.m. The GPS blinked for the last time. The screen read, "Signal interrupted." Searching for satellite, but internal diagnostics continued. Engine temperature, normal tire pressure. Stable, no collision alerts. Everything said the truck was fine, except a voice log. Automatically captured by the cabin's built-in voice recorder. I think it got into the truck, I don't know when. But I know it's waiting for me to look away. Then nothing. No more data. No more signals. Only one final line flashed across the screen. Recording error, no audio input detected. When the search team found the truck, it sat calmly on the roadside as if it had never moved. Cabin lights on, locks unbroken, no sign of struggle. The handprint still there on the inside of the glass. Cold, clear, unfaded. Snow lay smooth, no footprints, no door ajar, no clothing, no cry for help. Thomas Reynolds was gone. Gone as if he never existed. The engine idled. The radio played, but there was no one left to hear it. If you ever drive that road alone in snowfall and deep night, and you see a quiet handprint pressed against your windshield, then turn your head. Don't wipe it away. And whatever you do, don't check the mirror. Because if that blue light has ever touched you, it will remember. Not your plates, not your speed, your face. And one night, when you're tired, when your head drops toward the wheel, it will recognize you. Because it never left. Midnight Murmurs whispers. I used to think stories about lost truckers were just urban legends, until I heard the last known recording of Samuel Corbin, Some sounds aren't meant for human ears. Frequencies so low you don't hear them. You feel them in your bones. They creep under your skin, coil around your brainstem, and hum like a second heartbeat. The dashcam didn't just capture noise. It recorded something speaking. Not in English, not in any language. And once you hear it, it's already too late. You've crossed the cold edge of reality, and something out there knows you now. It's listening back. Samuel Corbin wasn't just a reliable trucker. He was the definition of precision. Clean logbooks, spotless cab, every trip logged by hand and time-stamped. He left a depot in southern Montana that night, heading west towards Seattle, crossing the Rockies. His truck was in perfect condition. No storms, clear night. But just as he began climbing Lookout Pass, the GPS flickered. Not an error, not a lost signal, just a red dot pulsing strangely. Samuel frowned. Nothing was technically wrong, but something in his spine went cold. He wouldn't report it, that wasn't his style. But later it would be the last moment recorded, the last time he was seen normal. The dashcam cut out for 6 seconds, but the audio, it stayed. No static, no wind, just a vibration. A 28.3 Hz hum below the range of normal hearing, but heavy enough to make your vision blur. Then a voice, not spoken. It pressed into your chest like a weight inside the skull, bypassing the ears entirely. Gravelly, guttural, slow, as if it had been dragged up through layers of stone. One word then, another, then a pause. You heard me. Now I see you. Don't look away. It was not a warning. It was a claim. After that voice, everything stopped. No engine, no background hum, just dead air. Then a whisper, not through the mic, but buried deep in the black box voice system. It's inside the cab now. I didn't see it come in. I think it was already here. Lights flickered inside the cabin. The dashboard glowed briefly, then blinked in threes. Morse code 1, last recorded line followed. It doesn't need me to speak. It hears my thoughts. And then silence again. One red line appeared on the truck's central display. Recording error, no input detected. No more data. No more Samuel. They found Samuel's truck 2 miles past the last known location. No skid marks, no engine failure. Just parked perfectly centered on a narrow path between rock walls. Too narrow to drive into. No sign of forced entry. No Samuel. Cabin was warm, lights on. But every electronic device was wrong. The GPS gave underground coordinates as if the truck had sunk beneath the road. One rescue worker reportedly whispered, "It feels like we're being watched from below." The air was strange, metallic, buzzing. Not a sound in the trees. Nothing but that growing hum just beneath awareness. A sound you didn't hear, but felt behind your eyes. Samuel's family uploaded the audio clip to a public site. People started hearing things, not with ears, but with pressure in their lungs. Some reported their headphones vibrated. Others claimed they felt cold behind their eyes. A sound engineer isolated the 28.3 Hz signal. "It's not sound," she said. "It's emotion, a frequency that bends your sense of time and place." Worse, when slowed down, a voice seemed to emerge in the background. Some say it was Samuel. Others weren't so sure. It whispered only one line, "Don't let it hear you again." The frequency still plays. Every night, at exactly 1:37 a.m., if you ever drive alone across the Rockies and your radio begins to hum slow and deep, don't listen. Don't lean in. It's not asking for attention. It's waiting. And once you tune into it, even for a second, it remembers you. Not your name, not your plates, but your thoughts, your pattern. And when you finally rest your head on the wheel, exhausted and unaware, it will recognize you. And it will return, because it never left. You were never alone. Not really. You just stopped listening long enough for it to speak again. Midnight Murmurs, where the voices don't echo through speakers, they hum straight through your skull. Where silence is never empty, just full of things that no longer need words. If you feel a chill crawling inside your head, don't turn up the heat. You've left the safe parts of reality, and the frequency is still on.